milk try for the third fucking time. 1 millionth fucking time try.
1 million.
Guantanamela. Guantanamela. And we're actually alive this time.
Oh. Shit. We're on.
There it is. There it
Awesome.
is. What's up, Frank?
Yo. Hey, Frank. DTF.
Hey-yo.
I get it.
Woo.
Awesome.
Yeah. What's up, Scott?
Yo.
Just wait a minute for the room to... What's up, my peeps? What's up, you, my peeps? You peeps?
My peeps.
Speaking of peeps,
Your
they
peeps?
have a horchata flavor at the store I saw earlier.
Ooh, a little horchata.
Horchata marshmallows.
See, you know words, dude. That's what I'm saying, bro. You know words.
Horchata? That's
Yeah.
like the white... Get the fuck out of here.
What's up, Raven?
What flavor is horchata?
Gross.
It's cinnamon rice milk.
How do you milk a rice?
You just, you can milk anything with devils. Little Geppetto rice nugget.
I was told that if it doesn't have breasts, it's not milk.
What's up, Sleepy Tick Alone in the Woods, dude?
Milk.
What's up, Vandal? Wait, what?
That guy sucks.
Oh, yeah, so we found a stand-in for Chuck since he is MIA, but not like the artist MIA, who flies like paper and gets high like planes.
Bang sound guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck's
Oh.
Chuck's having a few internet issues, which we believe is actually out of his control for a change. So
Yeah. So if you guys ever would want some Chuck, substitution, just tell me and I'll bring it to you guys. I'm just saying.
What's up, Legion? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck up?
42.
I'm just saying, I've had 4 beers.
16 Red Bulls.
Understand?
I'm telling you, he's going to be watching this, and we are going to cop it.
With the Sesame Street internet.
He's gonna know what happens when you let Vandal step in for him. This is what happens.
You messed up, El Amigo.
So I want to throw it out there to chat first, and we'll wait a second. What's everybody vaping on in chat? Throw it in the chat, please, so we can read your things. Because unlike other shows in the world, we care about the people in chat as well.
I'll acknowledge you every so often.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're important. And thank you, Raven. Break your thumbs off, please, by hitting that thumbs up button. Every thumb counts.
Yeah.
I'll
It
even
does.
like my own video.
Did you just like your own video?
Yeah.
Is that allowed? Is that allowed?
Totally allowed. Oh, I'm outside. Oh, I'm outside. What's everybody vaping out there? Come on. Put it in the chat. Nobody's vaping? Okay, that's cool. You don't have
Do you
to
even vape, bro? Do you even vape, bro?
You don't have to vape. I'm just saying, this is where we get together and vape and hang out and talk shit. Geek Vape,
So-
Aegis Legend, Freemax Pro with some DIY strawberry apple rum cocktail. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Recurved, Topside Jacked Up Sunday by Tam Vapes. Oh, that's Tamalicious.
Yeah. Can I actually say on the subject of vaping and not vaping, I have finally met someone who vapes who wasn't transitioning from cigarettes.
Wow, a new.
Never, ever.
A new never.
I knew never, ever. And she does it, this person does it because of the flavors and how good they are.
Wow. Yeah, it's really you know, greased me down. Profile DBV3 with the combo and Turkish.
Oh, the Turkish.
The OG Turkish blend.
I want to try. I want.
Stuff is good.
Want.
Alex
Want.
always gives me a bottle. He's like, I know Kevin loves this shit. Take it.
Hey, buddy, I heard you like the Turk.
Yeah. That was close, but what else? What else we got here? TAC 21 with a rig mod 41. Wow, 2141. All right, check. Copy that. Roger. Aegis, Dead Rabbit, DIY or Die, Strawberry Quick. Okay. What's the profile on that Strawberry Quick though? Yeah, because nobody said tobacco flavor or just basic menthol flavor so far. So
yeah, right. Shout out to Mr. Shane Beekman. That gentleman is probably laying in bed because he broke his back, and that would not be good. So, thank you for watching us, Mr. Shane, and we hope you get better soon. Yeah,
loves.
That mod is pretty cool, Legion, but it's also like 52 pounds. Just a heads up. Shipping alone like $5,000 to cross the street.
Which one? Oh, that anarchist collab.
The Plan B anarchist.
Yeah, that thing's something else.
Firefighters are buying them to break car windows when people get in car
accidents. I tell you what. What? Oh, what's up, Becky Burke? Wow, chiming. She's here. All right, so is that all we got for chat that wants to talk about what they're vaping on? I guess we'll start off with Vandal. Vandalizer.
I like auto tune. A mod I'm not going to brag about because I don't like the company.
Gee.
Is it
it's free.
I
just team free from it.
Desire.
And got the goat, because I'm too lazy to make my own coils and shit. And then, of course, some pink. But I switched it up because I've been on pink for like ever since I started vaping.
Yeah.
IVG is pretty good. And it's not an advertisement, but they're pretty good.
Who is it? What is it?
Was that the one you were vaping the other day?
Yeah, it tastes like a blue ras sucker. It's pretty good.
Nice.
But yeah, that's me.
Strawberry hairspray. My peep said the DIY or die strawberry quick tasted like hairspray. That's understandable. Sometimes not all flavors are shake and vapeable. Thank you, Vandal, for that. And who's next?
You go next, man. You go next.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so I'm vaping on some stuff by some people and things. Stuff by some people and things. I got the Kennedy Ruby with that intake low pro drip tip on there.
Mm.
Yeah. And inside I got Breeze Tones coils, of course. And are you guys jelly yet? Because you should be. And a little bit of that Princess Peach Fuzz. And I just dropped Peach Fuzz all over my face. Whoops.
Why is your keyboard sticky?
Then I got, this is my setup. I was searching for this drip tip forever because I wanted it to complete the setup. The Bigfoot with the Dead Rabbit, the Drop Dead with Breeze Tones coils inside with this DHD Gold Flake drip tip. I felt like this was like the sickest looking setup, but I couldn't find this drip tip, and I finally found it the other day. And inside that is the Plumbus, which is also by me. And also, I wanted to do an update for any of you guys that hit me up on Instagram about me making some juice for you. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you, but I was waiting on getting some flavors and stuff. And I wasn't avoiding you either. I was leaving the what's up, Rudy? What's up, Danny Castle? I I left like the chats open so I could see who sent me messages, so I didn't forget anybody. And then I'm gonna shoot you guys kind of like a flavor lineup that I have, and you could just pick one from it. Sound good? Sounds good.
I suggest
What's up, Bird?
the beard flavor.
Yeah, the beard flavor. It's
yummy.
It just tastes like musk.
That smells like gin tastes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Adam, you're up.
I've got far too much stuff as per normal, but I got some new things because I'm so predictable. Well, this isn't new. Elder Dragon Pulse 80 watt with a little bit of Mikey from Hunting Clouds, Sour Blackberry. This is banging. Really, really good juices that dude makes. And thank you for the hat. They're fucking outstanding. Also was inspired by our first guest, Miss Althea Garden. I had a bottle of this back in the day when I was my first time to Texas when I was in Houston because I bought it from a vape store there. But I have the one, which I've got rocking in the gear on the Proton.
How you like that stuff?
I do like it, but it's a bit of a coil killer, and once it starts to, I guess, oxidize on the coil, it gets a filthy taste. But if you keep your wicks clean, that's what she said. It's pretty good. I like the cereal aspect of it. But on Instagram, I posted yesterday because I have a creme brulee liquid that a buddy of mine makes, and I accidentally poured it into the RDA that I was running one in, and it was a custard strawberry donut cereal. It was outstanding until my wicks got filthy. I have also my standard everyday drop dead DHD ghost tip, which I love, in Murdered Out Black. That has Mr. Labworks shortcake ice cream, strawberry shortcake ice cream.
That sounds
and
delicious.
My newest acquisition, Dead Goat, on another Draco with a Australian-made Australian custom drip tips by a gentleman that makes them here in Adelaide. These are stunning tips, easily very, very good. I'm going against grain. I'm going big tips as opposed to low pro. That is really, really good. Really good deck. Yeah.
Really good.
What? What?
Yeah. I'm loving the deck on this, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's hard to put down. This is really good. They did a very good job. Very good on the deck. If you know what I mean.
Get your hands a part of that deck.
Shout out to Dennis. Thank you for joining us. You made it on time enough. So
we almost didn't make it on time.
We did not make it on time. We were actually going to be early, and then potato.
Potato.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. Peanut butter vapes. I'm about those.
Yeah.
So, anybody watch Game of Thrones?
They don't have it down there in Australia. Their toilets flush the other way.
Oh, they film the shit down there.
Yeah, everyone goes freaking bizarre about it, but nuts. But I have not seen one episode. Not one.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? We can't do this show anymore. We're not friends. End meeting. End meeting. Oh my god. It was so good. It was so good. I really love that show. So I didn't really get into it until season 3, but ever since then I've been all about it. I was a little bit late to the game.
So this is the last season, is that right?
Yeah, this is the last season, and they're only doing 6 episodes. And they said originally that they were supposed to be like an hour and a half episodes, so it would make up, because there's normally 10 episodes per season, right?
Yep.
But if you would have got the runtime of a full season if they were actually an hour and a half. But the first episode was only like an hour 10 of actual things going on, and then after that, it was just credits for like 30 minutes. But,
Yeah. Are you into it, Vandal?
They redid. Are you? But you haven't watched the new one yet?
Oh no, I thought he said I was watching it. Yeah, I'm watching it. Dude, I'll be sucking that GOT.
Oh, yeah. You need some Oathbreaker, right? Some of that Oathbreaker, Long Dong Oathbreaker.
The Vandalator.
Well, it's Oathkeeper. Sorry.
You can keep my oath.
Keep the oath.
So many jokes. So many jokes that I have no idea what that means.
We don't either.
Yeah, I just got into the Badlands, and they're already canceling that shit. And I'm like, man, I just started watching it. I was super bummed out about that because it's actually a pretty good show. It's not like the best show that AMC has to offer, but I mean, if you're into martial arts and stuff like that, it's a really good show.
Nice. What's it called? Badlands.
Into the Badlands. Yeah, it's on AMC. Ooh. It's like a post-apocalyptic martial arts show. Like these fools got like crossbows and shit. They ain't got no guns. So like they were able to dig up like swords and daggers and crossbows and bow and arrows, but they couldn't find any guns.
I like it. I like that, you know?
Yeah. So it makes it a lot, more fun when you can't just be like, bah, bah.
Yeah.
You gotta like, whoa, but it's like, if you're not into like nonstop action, you will not like that show because it is it almost becomes repetitive, and I think that's maybe why they're probably canceling it. It's because I feel like they put a little bit too much action into it, like whereas Walking Dead, you'd have like
nothing ever happened.
Yeah, you're like all those episodes where nothing happens, but the first. Right? There's only 4 episodes per season. The first episode, the one before the break, right? The one after the break, and the finale, and that's the only good ones. But Into the Badlands, it's like, damn, dude, we're in another fight, dude. These guys just got out of another fight, and now they're over here fighting these other dudes. Like, how can they keep going? So
I agree.
Oh.
Well, just to change topic on series being like canned, I thought The Punisher was an awesome, like engaging, gripping series, but they just went, you know what, we're done. I mean, and I'm okay with series like finishing, but that was just like series 2, seriously, and that's it. All right, see ya.
I thought it was such a good show because Shane, right, from The Walking Dead, they finally found something that he was good at, and then he gets canned. Like he was good at one thing. Shane and the Punisher, and now he has neither. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, it was a good show though, and they're taking away Jessica Jones too.
Hey, we also need to pour out one for our homie Becky Buckwell, who's turned up to work with no vape device.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's the worst.
If I turned up to work with no vape device, I could just borrow one from somebody.
That's why I spend all my money on shit I don't need. It's because I'm like, I left it at home. I'll just pay for another one. Put it on my tab. And the next thing I've got those Modus, and I don't even use them.
You got the ass Modus, and you don't even use them?
I give them away. They're really good paperweights, and they look great for like landscaping because they're like 42 pounds. Yeah. Good paver stones.
What's up, Mike? Thanks for coming back.
Yeah. Hey, we were also saying big thanks to everyone for hanging out with us, talking shit. We really appreciate it.
Raven asked about the Dirt, the Motley Crue movie. Yeah, I did watch that, and I thought it was really good. It was fun, which was surprising too, because I thought I was gonna have a really hard time watching that movie too, because the son Bolton from Game of Thrones is in that movie as who did he play? Mick. What was his name? What's his name? Mick.
No, Mick Mars.
Mick Mars. That's it. Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Such a good movie though. I did watch a YouTube video like afterwards because YouTube knows what you're watching, and it was like the things that the Dirt didn't get from the book, they embellished on for obviously theatrical reasons, but it was pretty close to the book from what the YouTube video said. So
I read the book. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to read the book though.
Yeah, I read that like whenever it came out, decades ago. But Motley Crue was one of those bands that I was into when I was into, discovering distorted guitars and, freaking devil rock. But I don't admit to being a fan because,
You don't have hepatitis?
I don't what?
You don't have hepatitis?
Yeah. I have only the things that you can't catch twice.
Except for herpes. That shit'll stay with you.
Well, it depends where.
Yeah. That's it. So I have something that I'd like to talk about, and it's probably because the event hasn't happened yet. It might be a little bit sensitive, but talking a little bit, my wife and I about. We have some pretty, like 3 or 4 big advocacy groups here in Australia, and let's get serious for a sec. There is one particular advocacy group that has some. They don't admit it, but they have some pretty close ties to political aspirations. A bit of politicking going on there, and wifey and I have since decided to not really give them any airtime. And I know that's bad because we really want to support anyone that's doing anything for the advocacy efforts, right? It's not good to eat your own, so to speak. But here's another thing that's happened. I got an invitation a few days ago to a sit-in event. I guess they're advertising it as an act of civil disobedience. Here obviously in SA, you can no longer vape in a vape store, and forget the subject of nicotina. Vaping in a vape store, that means no testers, no employees vaping in there, no people walking in off the street having a vape, all that sort of blah blah. But a store here has got an organised event to have a vape, like a sit-in, to do just that, to have a bit of a social event, meet some vapors, talk a bit of advocacy, yada yada. And I kind of don't know how I feel about it. Is that bad?
Well, it depends what you mean, I guess.
Yeah, it depends if the people there are a bunch of walking douche nozzles.
No, they're not. It's organised by a gentleman that certainly has a voice. He's part of the industry. He's been in the industry for a long time. Certainly is invested in the industry as well. But in the same vein, I wonder what it achieves. Like, I'm down for making a stand and calling out those people and doing that sort of thing. But I'm uncertain about what that will actually achieve. Again, I'm just repeating myself. So what do you do? What do you do?
I don't know. Like, what is the downsides of going?
Well, nothing. But I guess like when I look at the rally, when we did the rally, whenever that was at the start of the year or the end of the year, there's so many people there that, as far as civil disobedience goes, like if SA Health or the powers that be, the police, whoever it is that enforces the the vaping regulations and legalities, they're not going to arrest 200 people standing on a street corner vaping, because if they've got to arrest one, they've got to arrest everyone. But when you've got a small, like a small event where it's much easier to police, do you think that they would make examples of people by showing the arm of the law there?
So the question would be, at least from my perspective, is it illegal right now for you to do that?
Well, I need to be corrected, but I'm pretty sure that, I don't know how illegal it is, but the reality is you're not allowed to vape in a vape store.
Okay. So in legal terms, then something like that, I get what you mean with like the civil disobedience and stuff. The worst case scenario, honestly, I can think of is a way for them to write you down, and keep tabs on you to see, like, if you're going to be doing all this crazy stuff. Of course, it would come down to how your event went. If you got like 35 dudes standing on a corner yelling like "beat my balls," being super assholes about it, then of course it would be negatively. But I see it as a sit-in, something like that, as a sign of force. You know what I mean? Not necessarily that you're going to do something wrong or like go like fight the government and throw fucking Molotovs everywhere, but more of a fact of this something that's serious to a community, and the community comes together to show that it does mean it's something. So it could show them like, hey, maybe we got to take into consideration. From the way it sounds like with how your laws are going right now, I don't know if it's going to help, but you know what I mean? Like, could it tip the scales? Probably not, to be honest. Like, we have that stuff here in the States too, where a lot of people come together. Yeah, I won't be there, so I guess not. But
me either.
Yeah, but would you go? You know, like say you were in my place. You know,
I would go.
And
if somebody asked me and it was for a good cause, and I had the ability to be there, I would do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know, it was just an interesting thing, and I guess that inspired a fair bit of conversation. You know, with the wifey and I, is just like, okay, so what's the purpose? I get it. You know, will it do anything? Exactly. I kind of feel like you guys, you know, like if there's anything we can do, then yes, you know, I want to be a part of it. But
yeah.
I was just, I guess, you know, you want to do the right thing, but in the same vein, you also don't want to be, you know, parading as actually, yes, we're doing something illegal, and this is the only way to, you know, make the message known, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
perhaps I'm too much of a goody two shoes, you know.
No, I don't think so, man. I think you're cautious, and that's a good thing. Well, because you don't want to get your here's the flip side of that too, right? You know, if you don't stand up for what's right by like somebody does something illegal every day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody speeds in their car, you know, or drips and drives, or looks at their phone while they're driving. You know what I mean? Like you're doing illegal stuff every day, and that's not necessarily like for the better of humankind. You know what I'm saying? Like at least this is breaking the law in a way that's
for a purpose.
For a good purpose, right?
Yeah.
But that's just our opinion. Now, somebody that doesn't have vaping sticking out of their mouth hole could come in and be like, "Nah, dude, you're breaking the law, fool." It's like, okay, well, whatever. You just sped to get over here and tell me that. So, who's breaking the law, really? You know what I mean? I didn't hit anybody with my car while I was vaping this, e-liquid in a shop.
But I was updating my Facebook.
So there's that.
Danny Castle was driving and texting. Yeah, that's a big no, Danny. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah. So, you know, there's a lot of still things happening, and I can see in chat, you know, there's a lot of people saying that, Raven said, look at what it's going to accomplish and what the outcome is going to be. And is the cause something that will stand for the right purpose it's intended for? Yeah, absolutely. McMod Mike, we all have to fight for vaping here in the USA. I mean, God, it's everywhere, all over the world, right? Even the UK now. Heard in Florida, only 4 vapors showed up to talk. See, that's the problem I have. You know, like when someone actually has the balls to organize an event and you go to all this trouble and then, you know, fucking 3 people show up. So
then don't be one of those people that don't show up.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'm sure that Emily would love the opportunity to have a place where she can just go drop a couple F-bombs, talk about vaping, and, you know, slap some mofos upside the head with some knowledge. I think that she would have a great time.
Yeah.
and that's important.
Sorry.
What? No? What? Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if anything, you're meeting cool people in the community. Like, don't get me wrong, you can go there and you can like sense it out. You don't like the way it's going or the vibe of it, you can always leave. Yeah. But if best case scenario, you go there, you meet some cool people that you can get along with, people that you can network with, you know, and then maybe set up other events, especially with like a platform like this, especially with you guys doing the 3 Amigos and all this stuff. Like it's you know, it's getting it out there. It's making it happen. And as far as I see it, besides like a couple of people that take some pictures of some products, there's not too much coming out of Australia as far as advocacy as I see. So I'm not saying like, you know, go be the hard charging voice and jump on top of mountains, but be a person that's serious about it out there so you can inspire the other people that may not be, you know, so confident, or the people that aren't that well educated in it, to help them become a part of it. And then they can come to you, or you can help spread information to them. And then, you know, dissemination. It's the biggest way to spend everything is through personal networking, you know? So,
yeah. Well said, man.
It's the beer.
Yeah.
It's the Michelada.
Or I'll be Chuck. A red beer is a tomato beer.
If Chuck had answered that question, he would have been like, "What's wrong with you? You're soft. Go,
go burn some shit down, brother."
Brother.
Yeah.
He's the Hulk now. He's Hulk Hogan.
Vape capital. Yeah, Raven says, takes great courage to be one to stand up for what you feel is worth standing up for, like the vaping battle happening now around the world. Yeah, no doubt. Got to do something. Yeah.
I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll hang out on Monday and, like, talk in the chat. But you guys got me on because Chuck's over lost in internet la la land. But it's kind of funny how I'm noticing a lot of these more or less capitalist countries, whatever, that are fighting vaping the hardest. Companies that have well deep invested into like corporations, especially, they'll just drop names, Altria and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. But in the UK, it's ran a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like they don't run like 2-year-long campaigns. They don't do anything besides like 6 months when their person gets into parliament, shit like that. I'm probably not even using the right terminology, but you guys get what I mean as far as how they're like Senate and congressional shit goes, I guess, as an easy comparison. And it's not really ran by money, their government. And so that's why I think that you see a lot more coming out of the UK as far as seeing the benefits compared to like this whole fear mongering thing and this whole thing. When we went to our thing out here in Vegas for the tax increase, they changed it completely on this. There was busloads of kids that just popped up and jumped off the bus and went to this room and were talking about like beating each other's asses and stupid ass shit, saying they showed support for this kid. And then this kid goes up there and he's like, vaping is real bad from this script. And then you could tell they were coaching him through the whole thing. There's words that I don't even understand that I know he could understand that he was saying. And they pulled out this big bag of vape shit. And it was all like weed cartomizers. I'm not like, the old school, like skinny ones. And they were all like, it's legal here or whatever. I've spoken about it before. I partake in marijuana, the Mary Janes. And they had all weed cartomizers in there. It was all that shit. And I was like, oh, they're confiscating your kids' weed stuff. But they're like, oh, all these are taken from our high school. It was like 600 plus cartomizers of like brass knuckles, weed vapes and stuff like that. And I'm like, there's no way you stole this from high school kids because one, that shit's expensive. And then two, like it's not even real vape stuff. You know what I mean?
Brass knuckles is like $70, dude.
It's $80 a pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like this guy that was having the kid speak wasn't from the school or anything, some random ass like health association, random bullshit you've never heard about. And I was like, well, then if the school, confiscated all these, why are they trusting this kid that's in high school to take this bag full of these and like talk about them, carry them around with them all day? So it was just all a bunch of bullshit. But back to the point, and before I spiral out, is the fact that you see where there's less money in your politics, there's more advocacy, not necessarily advocacy, more acceptance of vaping, more understanding of like the studies, and there's more of like you see like the health benefits of it. And the fact is like people see that there's a difference between taking away an option, or at least saying that it's a thing that you need to take away from kids and make them stop doing it, or holding people that actually do partake that shouldn't be and holding them accountable. Because they're talking about saying that they're going to raise our tax so that kids couldn't afford vaping stuff. And it's like, what fucking middle school kid do you see that has a job in 7th grade that's not jiggering around? I'm out of date riding razor scooters and watching fucking SpongeBob. So these kids don't have the job to go buy all this shit and do all this. So it's definitely very clearly like, an agenda. But anyways, before I get real Chuck with it, I'll stop ranting.
Can I just address Nifty 163 saying he's going to have to give up vaping from October with the South Australian laws, 4 to 5 hours from a vape shop. So saying he's obviously away from a brick and mortar. There's a lot of misunderstanding on what is actually happening. I think you'll find that, most shops, international, everyone is still going to like be shipping back into South Australia. It's just in South Australia, you cannot order online for stores in South Australia. So it's sad that, the stores are going to be closing, but the reality is it's not going to be over for us. I think New South Wales or Victoria or somewhere has had the same thing going on for a while. So, we can't give up. Don't go back to cigarettes, man. Do what you can. You got to do what you can because you don't want to go back to cigarettes. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Ship to Australia.
But if you want to go back to cigarettes, you live your life at the same time.
Yeah.
Just saying, we would rather you vape, but because of your health, well, we care about it. But if you don't give a shit about your health, then that's totally on you, bro. Kind of free countries.
Yeah.
Kind of. We're gonna have to put like free country whenever we say that. We just have to do air quotes or make sure if it's written we have quotations, because or maybe put a little asterisk, with some fine print below, because there's some fine print to that freedom shit. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Liberty.
So, but if you want to smoke, by all means. One thing that's kind of lost, and I think in this community, it's like if somebody wants to go back to smoking, you know what I mean? Like, do it. Like if you are like completely aware of the dangers of smoking versus vaping and the benefits of vaping, and you just feel like you're going to go back to smoking because that's what you want to do, then free country, man, quote unquote, do it, because that's your life and you should be able to make that choice. That's the point of this, right? It's like if we want to vape, we should have the freedom to make that choice. If somebody else wants to smoke, they should have the freedom to make that choice. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Make your own bad decisions. You know what I mean? We're liberties that we're actually able to take part in, and and make mistakes in life are quickly going away. But it's not for the better necessarily, because people are still dying from all kinds of stupid shit.
Yeah.
So, like, what are you really doing?
Can I also just go back to Rudy? Rudy said, "What's up with nicotine sales online afterwards? Got to have a tobacco license." I don't know if you mean in the US. Obviously, that's completely different. But in Australia, they're working it out because they've put vaping products in with tobacco as far as legislation goes. So yes, in South Australia, the vape stores have to get a license that's effectively making them a tobacconist. So if they wanted to sell cigarettes, they can. But any vaping products, electronic cigarettes, liquids, you have to have a tobacco license, which is fairly counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Same here.
What's up, Joey? Yeah, I think I think that it shouldn't be even considered the same thing. I know we've had this argument before, but they really are. Like, if you were to take the nicotine, right, out of the equation, right, they're two completely different things. Are they not?
Yeah. I also sorry, keep going.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I only recently learned what the difference is, slight tangent, what the difference is between methylated spirits and ethanol. So in the States, you guys can buy ethanol, go into your hardware store and buy ethanol. My last job, we wanted to get our hands on some ethanol for some production stuff. And I was like, where do you get ethanol? And in Australia, ethanol, you're not allowed to purchase. You need to have licensing and blah, 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 blah. And then I learned that the difference between ethanol and methylated spirits is 1% poison. And the reason why they do that is so you don't drink ethanol, which is pure spirits. But yet you can go into a freaking hardware store and buy that. Isn't that kind of the whole same genre? Like, I could walk in with my son and my son could put, spirits on the counter, whether it's poison or not, and effectively make the purchase, so.
Yeah.
But that's not fucking up tax revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and those people out in the woods somewhere near a river drinking that shit.
My cousin.
They make it. It's different. You know what I mean? Just saying. How do you think NASCAR got it started? They're like, oh shit, we can only make left turns, brother. I'm a little bit hazy on the NASCAR history, but I know that it comes from, shine running or moonshine running in, the South. And I'm here to.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So that's how NASCAR got started. But I'm like, okay, so when did the left turns get involved? Like, when did they go in a circle? Did they go from the distillery, and run around, throw the shot out of the car and get away from the cops and then come back? Was that the circuit that was completed? So we just made left turns, y'all. We came back. We lost those stupid. We take the same way every time. We just turned left the whole time, brother, and we just lost them. So either A, cops are really stupid back then, or I'm missing something. So I don't know.
So saving the world's problems right here on the Amigos show.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. Scott, I've watched two NASCAR races in my lifetime. Live is better always, because the left turns aren't so bad when they're fast. You're like, oh, okay. Like, there has to be a little bit of skill involved in this. I mean, they're going really fast left.
Yeah.
The hard left here. That's why NASCAR, they don't have navigators. You've seen rally drivers, they got a dude in the seat there, and they're like, read them off, chat, blah, 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 hard right, left, U-turn, all right, reverse, and like NASCAR, they just got a guy on the headphones. They're like, hey, brother, just make another left, you're good. You got him.
Yeah. You're not going fast enough.
Yeah,
go left.
Right? Slow down a little bit. Yeah. And like that, like NASCAR stuff, it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's kind of pointless. They put governors. They put governors in those cars, so they only go so fast now. It's like you can't have like a really competitive edge. It's like, I guess they do that to make it more competitive, but I don't know. I think they messed it up once they started doing that.
See, that's the assimilation between tobacco and menthol. They're only allowed to have one speed, or you can have tobacco and menthol.
We're still talking about NASCAR?
Sorry.
I just can't wait for a NASCAR juice to pop up and comment on all our photos. Hey, fam, DM us. We got you.
Yeah. So, did you see that one person wrote on
you went on them? Yeah.
my post earlier? I think it was it before you commented on it, Adam? They were like, this is a really good shot or something like that.
Yes. I did go to their profile and saw that it was potentially teenagers, and I was like, "What are you?"
I need to block those fools then.
Yep, the bots. I just can't help but engage them. I think it's amazing.
No
one ever replies back though. Why don't they play? They don't play.
They comment all over company pages, and then I like get all offended when I should know it's just like waste of time. And I go on my personal page and I write out, your auto comments fucking suck, and I put it on like 30 other photos. So the next thing you know, I'm blocked.
Yeah,
I just want them to engage.
Yeah, they're like, oh wow, this is annoying. That's what I've been doing.
Right? This guy posts no quality comments at all. Jeez.
DM him. How do we know he likes it?
Yeah. Like for likes, fam. Lit AF.
Hey, I just started my page. Will you check mine out? Cool picture. I liked it. They didn't like it.
That's what, like, you know what? I got back into Instagram, and I thought, like, it would be cool, you'd talk to some people or something, and no, it's nothing like that. I mean, I get it, right? But it's just all, what do they call them?
Influencers.
Influencers. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you, Adam.
Social media strategy.
Yeah. Social media strategy. It's like a new race of human beings, but they're actually robots.
I love the ones that only share the advocacy stuff after they see it got a certain amount of attention, and then they only post it in the story.
Mm-hmm. That's always fun.
I've learned to be able to engage with those. I mean, like all these people in the chat, that it's highly likely that I've engaged with them on Instagram, and so I'm trying to buck the system of the algorithm by only seeing things in my feed with people that I engage with, and I'm slowly culling down those pages that I did follow in the early days, but now just so it's.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say it's very easy to get very dirty against the curated social media world, whatever platform it's on. But I don't know. It's a conscious choice to be part of it, but it's also a conscious choice on my behalf to just go, cool, done with that one. Out, so yeah.
For sure.
God, Chris, you must see a billion things on that with all the pages you have to do.
I see quite a bit of it, and for the most part, I think that because I've been doing running the pages for a couple of years now, and I think I've built a pretty good base of people that of course, there's always going to be new people that come in, but I feel like we built a pretty good base of people that actually are there, not necessarily because they have to buy our products or nothing, but they enjoy the stuff that we provide. We try to mix it up with stuff, but yeah, there's just so many people that come up out of fucking nowhere with so much shit, and it's you can tell the difference between someone that got into a community they feel like they're a part of and want to help promote, which is cool. That's awesome. Get into it. Fucking, if it's something that you feel like you like, fucking run that shit. But if it's something that you're oh, I see a lot of people like this, let me try to get into it. Nope, shut the fuck up. Go bye. Get out of here. There's this one, and I won't say names, and you can tell it's a bot. She's a influencer, and she always follows me on my personal page because what they do is they use the followers from bigger pages, and then they follow all those people, hoping they follow you back. Anyways, follow me and unfollow me 5,000 fucking times. But I don't get it, how these people, because brands will send them products, and I see that, and it's the same exact pose in every same fucking photo with just a different juice, and then
they're photoshopping it in.
Yeah, and it's the same fucking pose, same thing, and it's I don't fucking know, man. Don't do it for the hype, guys. Do it because you want to do something that you like.
What's my thought on what, Rudy? I don't know what you're talking about.
What I do like that I've seen in the last few weeks is that companies that are active in making a bit of a social stance are also now tagging other companies in it. So it's this new, before it was very competitive, or in any industry, companies won't shout out other companies because that they're the competitor. But now, as for example, MTurk is doing stuff. Anarchist is doing. Well, exactly. But I mean, I just wanted to use that because that was the first one that I really, I guess, saw a lot of tagging of other companies. So, and from that, even myself, I got tagged in one, and then before I know it, here's all these other companies that potentially are your competition or whatever, tagging everybody else. I think that's freaking great.
Yeah,
power in numbers.
Exactly, and it's people got to forget the whole the fact of business competition at this point, because at this time that we're going through everything, we're not competing against each other. We're competing against this bullshit. That's it. We're competing against these lawmakers that have been taking money from these tobacco companies. We're fighting against these fucking no offense to anyone that is, these housewives that have spent 20 minutes on YouTube or Mashable articles on Facebook, or it's oh, or e-cigarettes bad. This one time, this one thing happened. That only happened one time, should destroy a whole industry. And you know what I mean? It's I don't know, but yeah.
I've got another serious question, but I've been talking lots and I don't want to overtalk Kevin.
I talked for a while about movie shit. That's what I really wanted to talk. You saw I was going on. I was just going on and on. I can go on all day. We want to talk. We want to turn this into a movie or show debate channel. We can do that real quick. Just saying. Just like
that.
We don't really know what this channel is for. We just talk about vape stuff and then hang out with people, and I'm fine with that. We just talk about whatever. What were you saying? I don't know what you're saying.
So I have one question, only because it's happening here in South Australia where things are changing. So shops are just packing up and moving. Hypothetically speaking, in the States, if states were to do that, to make laws or whatever it is, to effectively pack up business, how often can businesses do that? And, what does it cost to move? Is that the answer? There's so many questions here about that. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Before it was a viable option, I think. I'm obviously not speaking for anybody else besides myself when I say this. Local vape moved to Nevada. I will speak on this because it's common knowledge, because of the fact that California, went crazy. And if they never moved out here, I never would be a part of this industry. I'd never be here with you guys. So a lot of good did come out of it. But the thing is right now in the States, every state is doing this. There's not one place that I've heard of besides maybe Alabama or some podunk shit. No offense to anyone from Alabama. That doesn't have a law or something on the docket to try and push through. So at this moment in time, they're kind of it's coming to be almost an impossible thing to even just move away from those things, because it's catching on like wildfire. It's going all over the place. So as of right now, with certain things, I don't think it would be a viable option to move, completely. But before, it worked out well, with some places and some companies and things. But as of right now, man, it's like they're taking away every avenue of approach that you have to go do something to provide something for somebody that wants it because they don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
So it's
fucked up.
Yeah, I'll just no comment on that one. You pretty much nailed it.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's only because
it would have been just repetition.
Yeah.
My input on that one.
Because I can imagine what it costs to move a company, and then shit changes, and it's like, okay, do we do it again, or do we just shut up shop? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad.
It's real sad.
So Mechlon Mike was like, my wife has MS, and they are in Texas, and she's not allowed to use something that helps her without all the side effects. Yeah, and she probably won't be able to for a long time, because even if it's legalized, right? I mean, one big step forward is the CBD thing, right? Hemp being legalized. How huge is that? I mean, that was originally, right, the whole reason marijuana, the plant, was made illegal in the first place. Didn't matter if it was a hemp plant or it had THC in it. Did not matter. Any of those plants were illegal on a federal level. So, the states followed in line with it. But now, even if federally marijuana is legalized, it doesn't mean that the states are going to put up with that. And, a very conservative, I would say, state like Texas, I wouldn't think that they would be the last to hold out on it. But, I mean, like maybe Utah, very last. Just saying, because like how they are with vaping here, like they're like
way worse.
Yeah, they're I think one of the worst states, right? Because there's certain counties in certain states that are bad, but like as a state, as a whole state, Utah's taken a pretty firm stance on making it really hard to like really hard, like for e-liquid companies. I'm sure Vandal, like they like have these like list of things that you have to do just to get an e-liquid into that state, and it's like to the point where you're almost not making any money.
Yeah.
So,
and to the point of
sorry, Chris.
To the point of what he was saying, and that's the thing too, is like we're fighting local governments a lot harder than we're fighting federal government right now. You know what I mean? It's not even a federal thing coming down and doing these taxes, and like sure we have the FDA is always breathing down our back, but they're not over here, making shit happen as fast as our local governments are. And so that's the biggest problem is like with how our government works, we have a two system thing fighting the people here locally after we have to try and fight the people that are in charge of the whole country. But that's all I had.
Yeah. I missed this? Didn't I see that Florida just had some like good news come out? Is that right? Tennessee, the Tennessee Vapor Association reported that a couple of days ago. Anyone? They overcame a bill. Yeah. There's another one of those really good pieces that just happened to be flushed. I mean, that's the other thing. People very easy to forget the good stuff that we've got out of advocacy. So
hold up, 1 second.
You're gonna have
I just wanted to say to Mechlon Mike, what I was talking about. I was pulling in the parallel between federal and state, like how CBD has and hemp has been legalized on a federal level, but still some states it's completely illegal to have CBD. So, just because, and that's what I was saying, just because if they federally legalize marijuana with THC in it, it doesn't mean the states are gonna be okay with it. So it's still up to the state at the end of the day. My bad. I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah.
Can I?
I don't know. I'm not seeing anything for Florida.
I think I saw it on Twitter, but I need to double check that.
Oh, Twitter.
I think there was a bill being.
Yeah, bill to cut down on teen vaping falters in Florida House. Here, hold up, I'm pulling it right now.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I got you. This is what we do. Real time stuff here, everybody.
You guys make it look so nonchalant when you're looking up stuff where you can tell when I'm typing in the chat 4 words. I'm like,
Typing like this.
Like Hunter S. Thompson on a fucking typewriter.
I look like someone over 40 trying to use their phone. I scroll with my finger.
Yeah.
Fucking Hunter S. Thompson with a typewriter.
That's the old person way.
You try to show your like older relative a meme. Do you know who this is? No, I don't know who Robotron is. Get out of here, Grandma. I haven't posted that in the chat, by the way, the link for the bill.
Yeah. So what is it? What is it, Mr. Malone?
I posted it in the chat there. So it says here, I'm just going to read the top part. A House committee this week shot down a bill that would have changed the definition of tobacco products to include nicotine products and devices that dispense them.
Boom.
So basically, they shot down a lump bill, which is very surprising.
See, why is no one talking about that? That's huge.
Yeah,
that's very huge, especially here because they're trying to lump us in with tobacco products because our government's too lazy to do the bill. They even said that in our hearing. Was that, it's going to take too much work to change the verbiage of this, so we're just doing it in this one.
Yeah. Isn't that so stupid?
You lazy ass fucking beer.
Yeah. It's like, what do you get paid for then, dude? Where do all our tax dollars go?
Yeah.
That is huge.
Like, why did we elect you?
Is that,
we elect
would that be the
go in there and collect money from, corporate payouts and sit on your ass and not do shit? Yeah, that's cool.
That would have to be the first.
$4 in tax doesn't beat thousands of dollars in contributions.
Right.
But sorry, I cut you off, Adam. I mean, Mr. Breeze.
Hey, no, that has to be talked about. If that's like the first situation where, again, or nicotine products are not tobacco, like that's what we've been talking about all along, because that's the easiest way out. That's all South Australia did. Oh, yep, just lump them in with tobacco. So I can't believe no one's talking about that. If that was even, a week ago, why is no one talking about that? That's huge.
Ricky, I posted the article. If you look up a couple comments, if you want to read it for yourself, you can.
Yeah.
It's posted right there.
Basically, it looks like they made it to where they're not lumping in vaping with tobacco products because it is a totally different.
I'm sure that won't be the last of its kind there.
Of course not.
They'll keep coming at it until. But basically, what they want to do is lump ends, right? And tobacco, cigarettes, into the same category, like they were doing here in Nevada, and trying to make it the same so they can save their precious fingies from getting hurt, typing up new legislation or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a fucking politician, obviously.
I tell you what, though, they'll be probably very quick to say you must have a license to sell, those kind of things. And we'll just quickly put a tax on there as well, because that's now a different product, another sin tax. So,
right.
Because the kids, man, infrastructure.
And that's the thing, too. I want to say, obviously I'm not in the business room meetings with anything with the company or nothing. But, you want to make a tax off us? That's fine. Make it fair. You know what I mean? I get it. We'll pay our fair share. I understand that's how it works around here. That's how it works. I do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we can go without getting taxes and stuff like that, of course. But, don't be unfair. Make it to where we have an industry that has, people in your state hired, people in your state paying their bills, people in your state spending money, but don't put them into the ground. But right. I won't get a tinfoil hat with it right now.
Well, I mean, it's like you want to look at the definition of a sin tax, right? Right?
Sorry.
because that's what they're proposing.
Luxury tax.
Sin taxes, yeah. Because
who you calling a sin? Maybe I'm a Satanist and I eat goat's butts for dinner. Who knows who the fuck? Anyways,
just saying. That's going to be on YouTube for later. So once Pandora comes out of the butthole, it doesn't go back in. Just saying.
Need a shoehorn.
Hold up, chat's lighting up. So I was trying to pay attention here, but yeah, for life, huge dollars from corporate to become a legislative influencer. How's it going? Nifty with the heat. With the heat.
I like that. Influencer. Hey guys, I'm Senator Jackass. Vote for me so your kids get cancer instead. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know though, so taxes, right? Like nicotine is taxed very heavily, right? But is it the nicotine that's taxed heavily, or is it what it's inside of? That's the thing, right? Is it the nicotine that's being taxed, or is it the actual tobacco?
I think it's different for your country and mine. Ours was brought in, what do they call it? An excise. So tobacco excise is the thing, where it's grown in, I'm probably wrong here, but in the last 10 years of government here, it's grown over 120%. When I started smoking, cigarettes were a packet. I believe it was under $5 because that was my marker of, yes, I can buy cigarettes for $5. They were $4.80 or whatever. And I mean, I haven't smoked obviously for a while now, but I saw recently online that a packet of cigarettes, the standard cigarettes that everyone or the workers buy is now $40 a packet.
What?
$40.
Oh my gosh!
The rolling tobacco that I used to buy was $70 a packet. I would buy one a week or sometimes twice a week.
Wow, dude.
Yep.
I think that's, to me, I think that's a sign of people dropping off and smoking, I think. And they're trying to just push it as high as they can so they can keep that same dollar amount, Well, because I'm sure they think of it like a business, right? If you're not, making more profit each year, then that's, you're not breaking even, right? Even though it's like all this money is extra, right? Extra income for to go towards roads, like
no, it's for borrowing.
Well, I put the air quotes, right? That's why I put the air quotes, But have you been to a government building? They obviously aren't spending it on new chairs for their employees, just saying. Definitely not computers.
Yeah.
Because I used to do, I don't know if you guys knew this, I used to do cubicles. I used to do construction, and I built cubicles and stuff like that, like right out of high school. And I worked in the federal building in LA. And that stuff is from the 80s. Cubicles from the 80s. They're still using, they're falling apart. Won't buy them new ones. But yet, all these guys are getting like this mad money. The ones at the top, of course, not the people sitting in there actually working. But it's just like, really? Like, man, I electrocuted the shit out of myself on one of those cubicles because the power thing fell apart. Yeah.
Because you got to put the 18650s in the right way, man.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of 18650s running through that thing. I'll tell you that. Maybe that's why I'm so weird.
Yeah, too much putting your tongue on the positive end.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I want to know what is being taxed. Is it the tobacco or is it the nicotine? Because if it's the tobacco, right? Well, then it's the tobacco. That's the leafy substance. Then vaping shouldn't even be involved in the equation.
No, this is just all
involved.
A case of being lazy with labels. If it's something you inhale, then obviously it's one of those things. Tobacco is tobacco. Nicotine is present in tobacco. E-liquids, we can't work out what those are, so they must be bad. So we'll just put them in the same tobacco legislation. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty shocked. Like, I haven't bought a pack of cigarettes in over 4 years now. And when I saw they were like, because I smoked American Spirits, and those were already the expensive cigarettes, but I was like, hey, they're the healthy, expensive cigarettes, right?
I like how one justifies themselves with it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll smoke Rollies because they're far better than from
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Just saying. But I mean, they do put more to it. I did prove that they do put more tobacco in each cigarette. So, I mean, you're getting more tobacco in the pack, but still, they're like $8-9 a pack.
It's expensive for
Depending
US
on
cigarettes,
where you
right?
go. Shit. If you're in like LA or New York, like New York City, I'm pretty sure they're like $15 somewhere around there or something.
Back when I was still smoking cigarettes, I used to smoke Newports, and I went to Arizona to photograph a wedding, and I bought a pack, and they were $13.
Yeah, Newports on the East Coast, they tax the shit out of Newports, like because that's the brand that sells more out there. So they go after that one harder.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though is I lived in Virginia, right? And that's another place where they taxed the Newports like crazy. But you know what's funny is around that time when I was living out there, they came out with the Newport Reds, right? The red pack. Dude, they were like $3, $4 cheaper than the Newports, like menthols.
Yeah.
Because they weren't like the popular, and it's the same brand, same company, but they weren't taxed as much. Isn't that crazy?
Just on a tangent, Rudy was saying in chat, why isn't Legion here? Legion's always welcome. We just, Legion's always welcome. Should I send Legion the link?
Yeah, sure. We got like, we're going to do like till 8, right? 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We got like 15 minutes.
Legion.
In the morning.
I'll send it to Legion,
I better start checking this beer then.
But yeah, isn't that crazy? The same brand. So I was like, dude, there has to be something up with this. Like, it's the same brand, but one's menthol and one's not. Like, so they're obviously, I think it was partly, who owns Newport anyways? I don't know which tobacco company owns Newport. It was probably them just jacking the price up too.
It's the Gottlieb Stanton Glance Incorporated. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Reynolds Tobacco Company.
Is it Reynolds? RJ Reynolds? That makes sense because that's in Virginia. So in Richmond, Virginia, that's where RJ Reynolds is headquartered. So
I did some deep internet searching too, and a lot of times when companies like that, especially with addictive products, make a new one that's a lot cheaper. Usually they'll make it a lot cheaper and they raise the prices on something that someone's used to get people to try the new stuff because they're like, oh, it's a couple bucks cheaper and sacrifice whatever the hell it is that you went to the original for to try the new stuff. So that's where that happens. And of course they jack it back up because now you can get a pack of Newport, the pack of Reds or something for like at least like.
Legion, what's up, my man?
Yo.
You're kind of here. Yep.
Hey, man.
I like how his video setup looks all pro. Mine has an art thing I did when we went and drinking wine.
The drinking paint?
Yeah.
I really want to do one of those puff and paint things. I think that'd be fun.
I puff and paint my bathroom.
I bet you do.
Mr. Steve, I think you're still muted, bro. I can see a little muted icon on your screen.
Yeah, he muted himself. He put himself in timeout.
Muttered.
There we go.
There you go.
Hey, guys.
What's up, man?
Get rid of that mic. That one. I got two cameras going, so I get confused.
What a pro.
Hey, man.
I don't know. I'm here. What do you want?
That's Rudy. Rudy wanted you up here. So
we're bringing about as much as us. We show up.
Basically, yeah, we just show up and go wherever life
That's right.
takes us.
Yeah, that's rough, man. I planned for this.
I plan for nothing.
Yeah. Legion was making coffee. He was like, "Oh shit, I've got to get on, so I've got to go make coffee quick."
I got Rudy's message. I saw his comment there, and so I didn't want to use my webcam. I wanted to use my good cam. So I start running around, turning on lights, and getting mics going. Oh no, they're going to ask me any minute. Quick, get set up. But yeah, here I am. It's all good.
Well, you made it. You made it.
It doesn't look so bad. I don't think.
Nah, man, it's awesome.
We can see your face. We can hear your voice. That's all that matters.
It kind of looks like the Titanic scenes where they're in the lab. And they
I never actually watched that movie.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, me either.
There's something about a door.
Never. So does the old lady throw the thing off the back of the
4 years?
I don't know. I'm still trying to catch up on Game of Thrones. I think I'm 4 seasons behind.
That's okay. You'll get there.
It's worth it.
That's right. Winter will be coming for at least 3 more seasons, so don't worry. I feel
Winter
like
is always
since
coming.
season 1, winter was coming, and then it finally came. But yeah.
It's like when you're waiting for your girlfriend to get ready. Eventually it'll happen.
You're all crusty, dried up skeleton.
It's why you always schedule things 2 hours in advance, so you've got time for them to get ready.
Yeah.
Careful now, careful.
We're late next week.
Crusty skeleton with a michelada in your hand.
Move this so I can see comments. There we go. Better.
Yeah. Steve, what are you vaping on?
I got the profile on the double barrel. Got Turkish in there.
Oh, yeah.
This is the same coil. The mesh, the same coil, the same wick that I put in when I reviewed it about 2.5 weeks ago. Still performing. Still awesome flavor. Amazed. I did a hatchet job on the original profile review. Didn't like it. Just buried it. But this has blown me away. I just can't stop using this tank. This is my go-to now. So pretty amazed by it.
Really nice.
Awesome.
On top of that, I got the taggers, which I just finished the review for. That'll be up tomorrow. It is what it is. I'll say that.
Well,
That's a glowing commendation.
got out of the bag.
Look, I actually started getting in a bit of a rant when I reviewed it because there is a place for something like this. It's like $35. And for my opinion, there are a lot of people still concerned. They have a budget. You guys were talking about the cost of cigarettes these days. And there's a budget. And we are right up to the mark. Like, I have to spend this much on cigarettes. Otherwise, I'm in a mess. So spending $100 or $150 to get started in vaping is really daunting if you don't know it's going to work.
Yeah.
$35 somewhat disposable kit that actually works, that's worth it to me in the market because that breaks down that barrier. Then maybe later they'll get something better. They'll get into it once they know it works for them. But anything that gets people over that line, that's a good thing to me.
Totally agreed. Yeah.
That's
I even waited, it was probably a good 4 or 5 weeks before I made my first purchase online because stupidly in my mind, I was justifying, like $110, liquid coils, a device. But yet here I am, as I said, my tobacco packet was $70.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I would spend that, not a problem. But like 110, oh, hang on a second. It's fucked up.
Yeah. We do that kind of thing all the time. We justify for our habits, and we can't rationalize spending just a tiny bit on something that's so important. Once you cross that barrier, we understand. But yeah, like I said, anything that helps people cross that line, that's always going to be a good thing. In my point, I'm sick and tired of reviewing pod systems. I get them coming in and out of the ears. I got a bucket of pod systems. But I will keep reviewing them every time just because, those are those things that help people cross that line.
Yeah.
Well, and
absolutely.
also, I've tried a lot of different pod systems and they're not all made equal. Like that SLM pod system that I'm still getting shit for, I did not have a good experience whatsoever with it. Still stick by that. And no matter how many thumbs down, I'm going to keep saying that I did not have a good experience because that's the truth. But
hold that thought, guys. My stream's going to go weird for a sec.
Oh, yeah, we like weird.
Ooh.
Yeah, we getting some DSLR goodies
tech.
right now.
Straight
I know
up.
that menu. That's a good old Canyon menu.
Yeah.
It was like a nicer menu than mine.
That's better.
Yay.
There we go. Much better
so
color.
Even though everybody and their mom has a pod system, they're not all created equal, you know, and that's just a fact. There are a lot that are similar, you know, and you know, if you couldn't like feel them or, you know, tell which one was which, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart. But, you know, yeah.
There was
So
a bit of chat in a show I was watching earlier today, you know, and they were canning the pods a fair bit. And I get it, you know, like that the industry jumps onto what's in fashion and all that sort of thing. But the reality is, you know, when I look on my desk here, I've got stuff that never leaves this desk that I vape. Then I've got my work banger, which, you know, I can drop like exactly that $35 one, you know, which is it's absolutely a place for it. I've got pods that I have at work. They all fulfill, you know, the need. But the fact is there's choice, you know, like so good. You can't do that with cigarettes.
Oh, yeah. I hear exactly what you're saying. Like this is next to the bed. This is watching movies. This is walking around.
Yeah.
This is shopping.
Yeah.
This never leaves the desk.
Yeah, basically.
You get arrested. Yeah.
Yeah. My stack stays at home for sure.
It's for setting off fire alarms, bro.
It's a stay-at-home stack, yeah, for sure. Setting off fire alarms. What was I going to say? Oh, the Unity. So I actually got a hold of one of those Unities pretty early on. I found a company that was doing a pre-order for it. And what's up, Show and Tell? I really like it, man. It's something that I would use in the summertime more than anything because the vape is so cool. But out here in the middle of the desert, I feel it's going to be perfect for when it's like over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Because like doing these dual coils, it's not the business here in the summer. It's really not. It's just too hot of a vape.
Same goes here in Australia. It's when it gets really, really hot. You still got that habit and you still want to vape and you still want a nice big cloud. But yeah, 120, 150 watts, I'm not doing it on a hot day. No way.
Yeah.
So that's what I really think that this is like, it's the summer vape for sure. And I think that's my place for it. And that's my opinion. But wicking on it really wasn't that bad. The first time I wicked it, I used the agglutted cotton that comes with it, and I didn't have the best experience with that. So what I did was I have some native wicks, you know, the platinum blend that I always use, and what I did was I just took I had dry fired the coil, and then I just undid one side of the mesh coil and lifted it up gently so I didn't break it off. And then I pushed the cotton under and then pulled the mesh strip down over. And I haven't had any dry hits, nothing. Worked like a champ.
DJ LSB had a pretty interesting technique. He would use the agglutted, you know, cotton, pre-made cotton situation, but he'd use 3. Did you see that?
Did not.
Yeah, I had no problem with the cotton that came with it. I just slid it in, cut it. I was amazed actually because, like I said, I panned the original profile. Wicking was just a pain in the ass with that one, but with this, just simple. You know, as long as you make sure that you cover those wells and you pack it full, it's been fine. I got nothing but a ton of dry hits on the original profile, but I don't think I've even had one on this. Not since. At least not one that wasn't my own fault. When you forget to fill the tank and you're watching TV in the dark.
Yeah. It actually wicks really well, though. I mean, it just looks weird because you got all that extra cotton that you're clipping off. Yeah.
Speaking of wasting cotton, man, I'm still getting used to, not really, it's not real buildable, I get it. But the goat heads, I like either clip it too small or clip it too long. And then next thing you know, I got juice pouring all over me and I look like LL Cool J's lips in every rap video he did in the 90s. But yeah.
It's a question Rudy's asking Mr. Legion. Do you have plans for doing RDA, RDTA, MTL, or single coil, or anything?
Maybe.
Ooh.
No hype here. I'm not in talks with anyone. I haven't got anything planned. I've thought of it. I've got a few ideas. I'm not going to slap my name on something just to have a name on it. I'm not going to be that guy.
Good for you.
It's got to be good. It's got to be. I strongly feel that reviewers should make what they like the most. It's got to work for you, and then you just hope that other people enjoy that too. So it's got to be something pretty good before I'm going to do that. Still trying to figure out. I'm okay with editing and all the visual stuff, but I can't 3D model worth crap. So trying to figure out. I have ideas. I wake up in the middle of the night and it's like, how do I make this and give it to someone? And then it goes. So I got to figure out how to make those pretty pictures and make ideas become reality. Maybe one day.
Hey, what's up, Jared? How's it going? Luckily, I just drew mine on paper, and luckily that paper drawing was translated to somebody who could actually design on CAD, and that's how it became a thing. But
my drawings they're not worth shit.
I'm not too bad with drawings when if I get like some grid paper, get me some grid paper and I'll do great. But or else it'll look like everything will just look like a stick figure with spaghetti hair.
See, if I just drew it, it would end up being Picasso's RDA. There'd be like 2 airflow slots over here, and you had the 510 beam on the top, and then it would be all wonky and
That'd actually be pretty cool. Just saying.
Actually, I did think that. That's like, we could do that. Picasso.
The Picasso.
The potato.
I think that's already been made. It's called the Vupu.
Oh, hey-o. Called out. If they want to come here and rebut that, they're welcome to, but they won't. Shane says, is the goat worth buying? Are they doing a buildable deck as well? Answer to the second part of the question, yes. They have already got the dead goat out, which is the dead rabbit deck that you can buy for purchase. And the goat, I don't know. It's really,
as far as goat use,
if you're a newer vapor that wants to get into rebuildables and like things like that, yes, it's good. If you're a little bit experienced, odds are you have something that they just like what it is out of the box. Just saying, because the coil heads, they're pretty plain Jane, nothing fancy on them, but they work. But I would liken it to like the Goon 1.5, very similar vape. Very similar vape.
From my experience, I'll say the goat's great because I started as a tank. I was a tank user. You know what I mean? Building and stuff like that, I honestly couldn't find the time. I hated tanks though, because for the most part, they'd always fucking leak all over the goddamn place. With the goat heads though, I enjoy them because it's quick and easy. You just trim the cotton and stuff it in, and then you just wick it and you're ready to go. Like with your juice, you're good to go. So for me, transitioning over from something that was slightly like, easy proof to this, I enjoy it. A lot better flavor, a lot more airflow, and it's simple. So if you're someone that's experienced with stuff, I would say go with a buildable head. But if you're someone that just wants to load and go, the regular anarchist heads, whatever, they do great. But besides that, I mean, it's a good device, get good flavor, and that's about it.
And it's a good intro for the squonking, right?
Oh, this is my first squonk. This is the first time I've ever squonked anything, and I'm gotta tell you, I'm fucking loving it. I felt my squonk bottle, and then I'm on the go, but I'm ready to, fill it up and do that shit. So if you're gonna drip, I wouldn't suggest the goat, but you know,
Well, it goes back to what I was saying before. Anything that lessens the barrier for people to move forward and move away from smoking. And this is just one of those things that just, you know, a lot of people complained. They were just horrified that Dwayne and Nick came out with something like this. And they just didn't understand that it's not for you. That's fine. Yeah. There's other things for you. I did a mech review today. It went up, and one of the first comments was, "Oh, mechs suck. They're going to explode, blah, blah." I was like, well, fine. For you, buddy. Why'd you have to leave a comment saying you don't like something based on you don't like that category? You know, it's like someone who drives a sedan complaining that Formula Ones are unsafe and don't have AC.
You're not driving one, man.
For reals, though. You just have to, like the Ruby, right? I would never, ever in 100 years recommend this to a new vapor. You know why? Point number one is you can't check your build on the ohm reader with this.
Yep.
Step two, you can't get the battery out quick. So it's a ditcher. If it starts heating up and you're not pushing the button, you got to throw it. Like,
toss and run.
That's it. That's it. The toss and dip.
Yeah, dump and burn. Dump and burn.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, it's to each his own. And I think a lot of us, you know, that started a while back, we're just more familiar with mechs because we started that's when mechs were all the rage, you know, like everybody had a mech mod, you know, and I think that's just a sign of the times that we came from.
You know, the GOAT is also a bit of a smart product. Yes, it's for, you know, people that, you know, have troubles, or, you know, I love that aspect of that. And that's the main, you know, we'll call it marketing reason for that product. But the reality is also as well, like when I started, I was on, you know, pre-built or coils and sub-ohm, you know, sub-ohm tanks. But I was worried when I wanted to buy my first RDA because, okay, now I needed to buy all these tools and I need you know, an ohm meter and all that sort of thing, you know, but yes, so I went through the hard way of learning how to build. But if I'd have had the GOAT, I already would have had experience on how to wick something and, you know, something simple. I would have understood, you know, like what a dry fire was, you know, all those sort of things. So it's actually also a transition product, right? You know,
sorry to interrupt, but it's a perfect product for that concept. I mean, you can just test it out. Maybe it's not for you. You can test it out, and if you enjoy it, you grab a couple more heads, and then you're thinking, well, okay, so I'm gonna try some coils, get some pre-built coils, grab the dead goat deck, slap that in there. Now you've moved on, and you can sort of break it down. Whereas in the past we had to take that big leap, but now you can actually just kind of step forward slowly and easily at your pace. Again, I'm always thinking of newer vapors, and this is a perfect transition product.
I think that's what's lost on a lot of people about the GOAT in the first place. It's like they expected, because it came from, you know, Grim Green and Homeboy, that it was just going to be like the sickest rebuildable deck tips that you've ever seen. Yeah, like clouds, bro. You know? But it's like everybody said, it's almost like the training wheels for rebuildables. Like, and that's something that we never had. It was either, you know, melt the insulator or just stick with a tank. So, you know what I mean? That was the only choices. We didn't have any of that in between, you know? I remember my first rebuilding sesh, I melted the insulator. So I'm not going to lie. So
I melted so many drip tips on the old, what were they? The avocado and some of the earlier ones, like the old Geek Vape ones, where they had those screw-in drip tips. Yeah. So you couldn't replace them easily. Yep. But yeah, I just had the coils too high and just too hot, and this tastes like plastic. Yeah, it is plastic.
My first time trying to put a build into a deck was when I first started doing the job, and I was trying to do some coil photography, trying to learn that shit, like all the people do this badass stuff. And I put in a pair of Turks inside of a recoil. And I was like, all right, cool. Got some shots of it normal, you know. And I was like, let me heat this bad boy up and get it going and get some colors and take some pictures. Next thing you know, my recoil's on fire and everything's melting. And shit. So obviously there's a market out there for people that need a little bit of help getting started. And, you know, it helps me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that the vape community is so supportive. Even, you know, have a look online, ask some questions, you know, get some help, go to a, you know, just get the help you need. You know, don't buy a triple battery situation for what you're not going to be using. You know, like buy for what your limits are. Yeah.
And that's what MechMod Mike was saying, and like he's saying mechs are getting safer, and like, well, you know, part of that too is that, you know, there's more knowledge around readily available. You know, I think like pretty much every reviewer has, you know, gotten on that soapbox, the safety soapbox, plenty of times. You know, that they'll come across it in one of those mech videos, be like, oh yeah, maybe I should, you know, check my build on a home reader before I just slap it on this hybrid mech. You know,
I've got a bumper that basically says, you know, mechs are not for inexperienced users. Know your Ohm's law. Check your batteries. All that stuff. Yep. And it sits there. It just sits there. And every time I do a mech review, slap it on the beginning every single time. We'll never miss it because it's important to know there are so many people that you know, end up with a mech and a baby beast, and that's just a bad recipe.
Yeah. You know. No floating 510s on a hybrid or just mech period. Yeah, that's a recipe for people blowing up their face.
I saw a picture a guy tagged us in that he bought from us on the company page, and he had a fucking mech that was like double stacked batteries with a fucking tank on it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. I was like, I can't wait to try this. I'm like, oh, I'm untagging us from this. We're not endorsing this at all.
Jeez, man. Anyways, so anybody got anything else you want to get out? We can kind of wrap up the show.
Already? I just got here.
I know. I'm sorry, Legion. Well, if Chuck Van Winkle doesn't have internet next week, you can pop in again. So.
Anytime, go. Anytime.
Yeah, I always see you floating around in the chat. So,
I'm always here.
Yeah, he's working.
Working.
He's at the thrift store finding dirty tank tops.
Yeah.
Wait, that was my Instagram. That was my Instagram. Do you have any reviews coming up that you want to tell the people about, Legion?
Well, like I said, just did the Iona Mark 1 today. Really nice mech, but no safeties and a bit of a throwback. Got the taggers coming up tomorrow. Got another pod system for the end of the week because that's what I do at the end of the week. And then, yeah, this beast next week. Don't know what else. It's kind of slow right now. So, yeah, that's about it for now. That's all I know about.
I'll give me 1 second here, and I'll.
Sounds like a full schedule, man.
Your link down there.
It's usual for me, 3-4 a week.
I don't.
Yeah.
If I'm not subscribed to you on my Vape Malone one, I'm gonna.
Wow, hella fake.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh shit! I am not.
Wow.
I'm subscribed. Well, hey, I'm subscribed to you. I'm subscribed to you on my other YouTube that I was using forever. That's probably why I've not seen your videos. Well.
So I've got 2 from you now. Awesome.
That's me.
Fucking bots.
Yeah.
Vape
check out my account, fam.
They out here though. All right. So that's the link to Legion Vapes channel. Check him out. He's an awesome dude if you haven't already.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Gotcha. And anybody else got anything?
No.
No? No? All right. Well, thank you everyone in chat for hanging with us and paying attention. That's like thank you for that. Like I feel like I need a clip of Dr. Phil right now. Thank you for that. And to whoever gave the thumbs down, fuck you and thank you at the same time.
That was your other channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm not signed into it right now. But anyways, all right. We appreciate you guys. And thumbs down person, fuck you. Have a great time. Bye.